What's good, YouTube? It's the boy TK True King. You know what time it is, man. I'm recording another video, just giving y'all some tips how to be more efficient as a driver. So I'm gonna give y'all some tips. I ain't gonna say how much it's gonna be, but you're gonna see by the title. But I'm letting y'all know from the top of my mind right now. But things that help me be more efficient as a driver. Okay, so one, I don't care whatever your dispatcher or whatever they tell you. Well, if you work for Prime, I can't speak for anyone else, but if they say if it's on the notes, they say no early deliveries, do not believe that. Do not believe that. Go there early, because they can say one thing. There's been times where I've called, they say, oh no, you can't deliver early, but I pull up and they're like, a lady like, oh yeah, we'll take you there. So it's like, don't believe in, oh, you can't get there early. It's saying try to get there early, even if, hold on, let me let you know I'll call you back. Hold on. Yeah, get there early, because you never know if they'll take you early, because sometimes they'll take you early, even if they say on the notes or you call them. Just pull up. Like, make it a habit to get to your spot early, on time. Early is on time. If you on time, you late. Remember that. So even if they tell you can't deliver early to a spot, go in there and pull up. And sometimes, for me, it's been like a 6 times out of 10, they'll take me. And so because of that, I'll be able to deliver a load a day early, sometimes 2 days early. So sometimes just showing up. All you got to do is show up, and sometimes they'll take your load early. And so you'll have more time to get another load before payroll. That's being an efficient driver. Taking the initiative, like, oh, they told me I can't go, but let me go anyway. Sometimes, like, you got to impose your will. Maybe it's just me, though. Let me stop playing. It may be just me. I come in there and be like, hey, yo, y'all can take me. Like, yeah, we got you. Maybe it's just me. When you work with God, you get godly results. You know what I'm saying? You got to move in God, though. I don't know. But nah, that works for me. But I'll say that's one essential thing I know that's been effective for me. It don't matter if they tell you can't deliver early. Still pull up, because they'll take you. Sometimes they'll take you. So that's tip number 1. That could save you a lot of time. That could save you 2 days of waiting on a load that could be paying like what, $2,000-$3,000. So you'll be getting that paid early. Maybe you could probably get another 2 loads before the payroll end. So that's one tip. Number 2, this thing helping me. Bring the restroom onto your truck. So when I say that, I mean, I got my bottle. I got my best friend. I'm not going to show y'all the bottle, but, I ain't going to lie. When I'm on the highway, I'm driving, I'm like, I'm not going to a truck stop, because, at truck stops, sometimes you got to use the restroom. Sometimes there ain't no parking, so you can't really, you ain't nowhere for you to go. You have to go in the fuel line, and sometimes there may be someone in front of you. And so when you get back, they're still fueling, and then you got to wait. It slows you down. Sometimes it can be like 15-20 minutes just waiting on someone to load their fuel, or if there's no spots. So bring the restroom on your truck. That'll save you time throughout the day, probably 2 or 3 times out of the day, because you use the restroom like 2-3 times, especially if you got to pee. What I do is, if you're driving on the highway, put your emergency flashes on. Pull off to the side of the road. It's emergency. You can't hold it. Go and pee in a bottle, and then come back on the road. Don't go waste your time going to a truck stop that's going to take 20-30 minutes, and you not being effective, and then you wondering why you're not getting paid, because you using your time to go to truck stops. And granted, you got to use the restroom, I get that, but the time that it takes, you could possibly save up to 30 minutes three times out of the day. So when you break that down, 3, 6, 9, right? That's an hour and 30 minutes you saving a day, potentially, just by you bringing a restroom to your truck. So when you break that down in a 7-day period. What's 7 times 130? Yeah, I mean, I ain't got my phone on me right now, but that's probably like, what? You're saving 7 every day, 1 hour, blah, blah, blah. We ain't gonna do the math on that, but you know what I'm saying? But actually, let me, man, where's my thing at? You gonna see something real quick. Oh, dang, it's not working. Oh, well. But you do the math on that, and you'll see how much hours you're saving per week just by doing that. Because if we're going to say an hour per day, even though it's an hour 30, you're saving 7 hours a week. Those 7 hours could be accumulated to get into, you could have got another load in. 7 hours, that's equivalent to what, like 300 miles? That's 300 something miles, I think. If you break it down, yeah, that's because it take 10 hours. It take me 10 hours to drive like 500, 600 miles. So that's if you're going 65 of the speed limit. But yeah, that's tip number 2. Bringing a restroom to your truck. You can save significant amount of time. And that's just in a 7-day period. Imagine a month, 30 days. That's 30 hours. That adds up, compound interest. You got to think about that. If you want to be efficient, you got to do what the efficient do. That's tip number 2. What's the third tip? So the first one, what I say, go there on time. I mean, go there early. It don't matter what they tell you. Go there early. Second, bring the restroom to your truck. Third, and okay, this will save you time at truck stops. Get all the truck stop apps. So when you get to the stop, you don't got to get out, wasting your time typing everything in, swiping your card. You can do everything mobily through your phone. That'll save you time. And then you can print the receipts through your phone, or you could save it, send it to an email, and then you can check that email when you're doing your taxes. So you got to send it to your CPA. That'll save you time. Like, instead of have to going in, waiting in the line just to get a receipt, that can save you up to 10 minutes possibly, you know. So you do the math on that. 10 times 7, that's 70 minutes. That's an hour a week. Break that down in a month. That's about 4 hours a week you can save. But, you know, just some small tips. You know, those are the things I noticed that help me be effective. There are probably more, but those are the 3 prevalent things that I've learned. I ain't gonna get into the trip planning details, but those are the 3 essentials. You know, I don't think many people talk about like that. So, you know, these are true king tips, how to be a more efficient truck driver. But yeah, we out, man. Thank y'all for watching and support the channel. We almost at 100 subscribers. We about to keep rising, man. It's a movement. And you know what we do. We liberate, for sure.